A very good morning to my dear students. My name is Kunal Bose. I am your science teacher. Can you tell me which is your favorite flower? Can you tell me the name of which is your favorite flower? Yeah, rose, jasmine, and another also. So, the which quality do you like of the rose? Yeah, that is the fragrance as well as the red color you like. Same thing your father has also seen, and again the same thing your grandfather has also experienced. So what is the process that makes happens that the same thing your grandfather has experienced and you are experiencing the same? Which process helps the rose or any other organism or plant or animals that makes this process continue? Yeah, reproduction. Reproduction is the process that helps the life continue on this planet Earth. And this is our chapter's name also. The chapter number is 2, and the name of the chapter is reproduction in plants and animals. So now let us discuss about the definition of reproduction. The process by which living organisms produce new individuals of their kind. Again I am repeating, the process by which living organisms, not non-living organism, living organism produce new individual of their kind. This is the definition of reproduction, and there are two types of reproduction process, modes of reproduction. First is asexual reproduction, second is sexual reproduction. Now what is asexual reproduction is? When only a single parent is involved in the reproduction process, then it is called as known as asexual reproduction. Only a single parent is involved, and that is why no fusion of male and female gametes cells male and female reproductive cells called gametes happen, because only single parent is involved, and offspring are exactly the same, because here only again single parent is involved. Okay, now let us discuss about the sexual reproduction. Here two parents, male and females, are involved. So the male produce the male gametes, that is called the sperms, whereas the female produces female gametes called eggs or ova. Again I am repeating, in sexual reproduction two parents are involved, male and female, and whereas male produces male gametes called sperms, and female produces female gametes called egg or ova, and that is why when two parents are involved, so offspring are not exactly the same as parent, because they have mixed features of both male and female parents. Why I am saying? Because in sexual reproduction male and female parents both are involved, so they have mixed the offspring which produce have the qualities of both male and female parents. Students, we have already discussed there are two modes of reproduction. First is asexual reproduction, second is sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, I have already told you there is only one parent is involved, and in sexual reproduction there are two parents, male and female, both are involved. Here we are discussing the asexual reproduction in plants. What are the methods of asexual reproduction in plants? First is fragmentation. In this method, in which an organism is breaks up into two or more parts called fragments, and these fragments under favorable condition grows as a new individuals. Again, let us repeat the method where the organism breaks up into two or more than two parts, and these parts are called as fragments, and these fragments gets under in the favorable condition grows as a new individual. This process is known as fragmentation. Example can be of Spirogyra. Here you can see in the diagram, this is the parent cell, and it is divided into two parts. These are called as fragments. So these fragments develop as a new individuals. Second methods of excuse me. Second method of asexual reproduction is spore formation. Braid mold and ferns can be an example of this spore formation method. They develop as a round structure around them on their body called spore sacs. What they do, they develop as a rounded structure which is known as spore sacs. This cytoplasm inside this spore sac divides and form as a tiny unicellular and spherical body called spores. And these spores are released when spores get the spore sac opened under the favorable condition, and then they develop into a new individuals. Again, let me repeat. The braid mold and ferns develop a rounded structure called spore sac, and inside the spore sac there is a cytoplasm which is divided and form tiny unicellular, that means they are made up of only a single cell, and spherical means rounded shape bodies called spores. They in the harsh condition they develop a covering outside their body. When there is when the spores get favorable condition, the covering gets break down and they opens and they opens, and the favorable condition in the favorable condition these fragments into they develop into a new individuals. As you can see in this diagram, this is the rhizoids. They work as a roots for the new individual, and this is the spore sac. You can see inside these spores are there, and this is the sporangiophore, and these are the spores which develop again when the spore sac break down and break up, and these they develop as a spores develop as a new individuals. Students, we are discussing about asexual reproduction in plants. We have already discussed about the fragmentation and spore formation. Now the third method is vegetative propagation. What happens in vegetative propagation? The development of new plants from the vegetative part. Can you tell me some of the name of some vegetative part? Yeah, stem, leaf, roots. So the development of new plant from the vegetative part of the plant happens, then it is called as vegetative propagation. Okay, and it is common in plants which do not produce seeds or whose seeds cannot germinate. Either they can't produce seeds, and if they have seeds but they cannot germinate. So this method is very much popular in this type of plants, vegetative propagation, and it is a form of asexual reproduction because no sexual part takes place in this process. There are two types of methods in vegetative propagation comes. First, natural method. Second is artificial method. Now what is natural method is? Reproduction by vegetative propagation takes place when naturally, not artificially. When the reproduction takes place by vegetative propagation naturally, then this process is known as natural method of vegetative propagation. Let us discuss in underground stem of like ginger, onion, potato. The underground stem modifies and work for help in the process of vegetative propagation as in asexual reproduction. What is happening in underground stems of like plants like ginger, potato, onion, etc. The underground stem work as the buds for the process of asexual reproduction. So let us discuss. In potato, the stem is called tuber, and which has a scars. The tuber has a scars that is called eyes, and these eyes on germinating give rise to a new plants. What is happening in potato? Potato has the stem which is called as a tuber, and these tuber have scars, these which are known as eyes. And when the germination process happens, these eyes gives rise to a new plants. Same thing, the bulbs of onion and underground stem of garlic, lily, and tulip are also work in the process of vegetative propagation. Here, the stem is working, but in the onion, the bulb of onion, garlic, and lily helps in the process of vegetative propagation. Same thing, in ginger, the short branch underground stem called the rhizome. What it is called? Rhizome has the nodes that bears the buds, which help in the process of vegetative propagation. What is happening in ginger? Ginger has the short branch and underground stem, which is known as rhizome, which bears the buds, which help in the process of vegetative propagation. Same thing is banana is also happening. Banana has also rhizome for vegetative propagation in the asexual method of reproduction. Okay. Students, we were discussing about the asexual reproduction in plants. There we were discussing about natural method. The first method from underground stem that we have already discussed. Now let us discuss about the other three methods. The second method is from aerial stem. Here a long horizontal stem grows parallel to the surface, soil surface, which is called as runner. What is happening? A long horizontal stem grows parallelly to the soil surface, which is known as runner, and wherever the stem bends and it touches the soil, and then it develops into a roots and buds. What is happening? The stem bends and touches the soil, and then it get developed as a roots and buds, and develop as a new plant. Develop as a new plant where the buds make contact with the soil surface. Example can be of lawn grass and mint. In this diagram, you can very well see here the plant is growing with this soil surface along with parallelly with soil surface, and here these are the roots, this is the nodes, and here the internodes is getting attached, it is making contact with soil. So here the new buds are developing as a new plant. The second methods from leaves. In plants like bryophyllum, buds are present on the notches on the margin of leaves. You can see in this diagram the buds are the buds are present on the notches on the margin of the leaves, and from them these plantlets are developing, and when they get the favorable condition, they get detached from the plant and develop into a new plants. Again, I am repeating, in plants like bryophyllum, what is happening? The buds are present on the notches on the margin of the leaves, and these buds develop as a plantlets and develop as a in the favorable when they get favorable condition, they develop as a new plants. Even when a leaf falls on the moist land, the buds also get can develop as a new plant also. Now let us discuss the fourth natural method of asexual reproduction from roots. What is happening here? In plant like sweet potato, dahlia have the solan roots. What they do? To store food, and along with them there is a adventitious buds is also there, and these buds give rise to new plants on when getting detached as a when they get the favorable condition and they get detached and develop as a new plants. Let me repeat again. What is happening in sweet plants and dahlia? They have solemn roots. What is the role of them? They store food for them, and along with them, along with solemn roots, they have adventitious buds. These birds role. Has the role to give rise to a new plants when they get detached from the parent plants. When they get the favorable condition, you can see here. These are the solemn roots, and this is the shoot. It is the stem, and I am talking about this bud. This is the adventitious buds. These buds can, when it get the favorable condition, it get detached and develop as a new plant. Students, please note down your homework from page number 36. From the topic of short and precise, question C's, you have to attempt the question number 2, and from do at length topic, you have to attempt question A is 1, question B is 2, and question C is 1. All these questions are based on the topics which we have already discussed, and I have already taught you in detail. So I think you will not have any problem. You will not have any problem for to note down in your homework. Please do write down in your notebook.